Hi, this is David Arnsparger, also known as Coach Arns, and we're here today to talk about the topic of our first week of school. One of the main topics in the first week of school was, why do we have public education? That is, why as a society do we educate all children, and why is it compulsory? Well, we really decided there are two main reasons why we have public education. Number one is to create productive citizens in our society, in our wonderful country that we live in, and also to create productive workers. And two reasons: political, that's our government. Second is economic, we got to create productive workers. These are things that we have to do in our society. There's also a main historical element to all this. If you look at the history of citizenship, you really think about the voting, and when was it that there was a transition to when everyone could vote? And that's basically during the whole 1800s and all the way up into the early 1900s when women got to vote. But we as a society, somewhere right around the time of Reconstruction after the American Civil War, when everyone was able to go to school, that stemmed from the idea of everyone voting. And we as a society decided that if all people were going to be able to vote, back then it was all men, if all men were going to be able to vote, we better be able to educate all men, because we don't want a whole bunch of people out there voting that are either ignorant, dumb, or stupid. So that's what we decided to do, and that's kind of how public education's kind of got going for everybody. There's a whole bunch of other smaller factors, but that's the main factor. The other main factor during the whole 1800s was this whole idea of the Industrial Revolution. People started working, not at home or on homesteads or in farms, but in cities, in different factories and in stores and all kinds of different things like that. And we as a society decided, and employers helped us to decide, that we need to make sure that we properly educate all people so that they would become productive workers in our society. So those are the main two reasons why we have public education today. And it is the law. Children must be educated. Now there's different ways to do that. Public education, you could go to a private school, you could even be homeschooled. But it is a law that all students must be educated for the betterment of our whole society and for the greatness of our country.